Good morning, everyone. This is David Pollard, recently retired from the City of Arlington Water Department. We set foot down here in Girona, Spain, on September 13th. And I've never done one of these video things before, so I thought I'd give it a try. Tourist season is on the wane here, which means that they can actually start doing some work on the water system here. And where we have nice paved streets in Arlington, this part of town, it's all brick and it's, well, a few hundred years old. So they have to do things a little bit differently. And I thought it might be interesting to some to see it. Since this is Sunday morning and blue laws are a thing here, everything is shut down. The city workers are not digging. I couldn't really talk to them anyway because, well, one, they were busy, and two, they speak Catalan, and I do not yet. I did notice a few differences. For one thing, whenever they're actively digging up bricks, they have someone from the city Archeology Department carefully monitoring stuff so that in case they dig up something they shouldn't or find something that they weren't expecting, the antiquities will be preserved. But as you can see here, they've got, I guess that's 4-inch pipe there ready to put in, and they've partially filled in, ready to put bricks back. And they keep all the bricks that they jackhammer out. There's some more pipe. And they also keep, I guess, the dirt that they dig up. And here they are starting the process of replacing the bricks. As you can tell, there's no mortar there yet. I guess that's concrete mix or sand or something. And there's more of the bricks that they dig up. And then this all here was, a few days ago, part of the trench they were digging. And it has already been filled in and looks like it's the 2 or 3 century old road, even though a week ago it was a trench. Now there are parts of town that are older than this, and we'll pop over there because you think this is difficult to deal with. At least everything here is in rows. I'll show you shortly. So this is pretty close to where we started our first walk, but I wanted to show you some manholes. That's an individual gas work. Here's a larger one in cities. There's water. Not sure what that one is. Here's another water. Here's sanitary sewer manhole, I believe. And we're here at the transition of where we go from brick to the older version of what the roads look like around here, cobblestone. And if you think it was a pain putting bricks in a row, just imagine having to replace the patterns that they have here with cobblestone. Where they've got both brick and cobblestone, you'll notice that the manholes are on the brick part because, well, it's simpler. So we're going to go up here to the cathedral. Here's an example of, I guess what you'd say is the ancient and the old. You got this tower here with so you can fire your arrows out at the Moors or Napoleon or whoever's around that day. And then on here you've got this pipe coming down. And I guess this would flow water from the roof and puts it out in the street, since, you know, water running off the roof from, what, probably 60-70 feet up would be a pretty big inconvenience to whoever was walking around on the ground. And here is a example of, you know, where you had the fancy patterns with the cobblestones earlier, and you can kind of see it here. I apparently did some patch-up work here, and it's not nearly as nicely replaced. As we are walking up a few blocks to make it to the cathedral, I have another opportunity to play the game Guess Where the City Utilities Were Put In. I guess maybe there was a manhole there at one time. So we continue to make our way up. So now we're at the top of the hill, and just look at this wonderful cobblestone work they've done here. Wondering how these businesses on the edge here get their services, maybe out back. But then we look up here, and that is the Cathedral of Girona. If it looks vaguely familiar to you, Game of Thrones Season 6. Haven't seen it myself, but there is a scene where someone gets on a horse and goes up those stairs, and kudos to whoever trained that horse, because if I were a horse and I looked at those stairs, I'd go, no way. A little bit more about the history of this building. And what you see there was actually built in the 1700s, and it is the last of several cathedrals that have sat on that hill. And then prior to that, it was a Roman forum, because, you know, Romans, being military minded, wanted to put their forum on the high ground in the area, and we are several blocks back from where we started, which was only a block away from the River Onyar. So I think that's going to be it for this video. If you want to know more about the apartment we're currently in, my wife did a short review of the first floor of our apartment. I'll include the link for that in the description. But having fun, and actually we're going to probably be back in the States for a few weeks in December, and perhaps I'll pop by during then. Have a good day.